Hey folks, BloodyIron here on Linux Gaming. Today, we'll be using our Low-Spec AMD rig to cover Overwatch. Here's the parts in today's demo rig. I've used this demo rig to record the gaming footage you will see in this video, so despite the low specs, the game actually runs really well. In this video, I'll demonstrate how well Overwatch plays, and then the setup will be broken down into 3 stages. Stage 1, fresh Ubuntu installation. Stage 2, pre-game setup. Stage 3, game installation. Please keep in mind this is a pilot episode and parts are rough. Please share your feedback at the end as I'm hoping to make this even better. Now, how about we check out a bit of gaming, eh?
Commence attack on objective B.
We must focus our attack upon the objective. I understand.
Barrier activated. I could use some healing. I've reached the objective. I scored the
Justice is defined by the hand. Explosions. Nothingness.
Play of the game.
Enemy turret destroyed. Enemy turret detected. Spotted tracer.
If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again.
Thanks.
Play of the game.
Well, that's pretty sweet, but now you want to know where to start. Start by booting up from an Ubuntu Desktop 1804 Live USB drive. Making the USB drive is not covered in this video, so if you don't know how, check out Ubuntu's official documentation on the steps. The Live USB drive gives us a sweet option you won't get in Windows, the ability to try Ubuntu while you install. I like this mode as I can do stuff while Ubuntu installs. Ignore the weird console text, everything is fine. While in try mode, start the installation by double-clicking on the Install shortcut on the desktop. Check if the language and keyboard defaults match your region and adjust as needed. Leave the option at Normal Installation and make sure both the Download Updates and Install Third-Party options are checked. This will download some updates during installation and install codec stuff you'll probably want. Read the next step carefully. You can install Ubuntu alongside Windows here, but if you're not careful, this will wipe the drive you select, Windows or otherwise. In our demo, I have only one drive, so I'm going to wipe the whole thing and just install Ubuntu. Disclaimer, I am not responsible for any data loss you may have from not choosing wisely here. Read the pop-up carefully, and hit continue if it matches how you want to install. This part sets your time zone, so choose a city near you in the time zone you use. This does not collect your location information at all. In my demo, I'm selecting Edmonton, which is tragic because Edmonton roads are terrible and they don't get Chinooks. Set your user info, pick a fun name for your computer, and set a password you'll remember as you'll use it often. Now for my next trick, surfing while installing Ubuntu. Hey Windows, is that something you can do? Oh. When the installation is done, just hit Reboot Now. Then when it tells you, remove your USB drive and hit Enter. Ta-da! You've got Ubuntu! Sweet, that was easy. Now log in, but check out this cog here. This is where you change your graphical interface in Ubuntu, but I haven't installed any other ones just yet. As this is the first time logging in, an intro to Ubuntu pops up. I'm skipping through it, but it has some handy info. To bring up the application menu, click on this button in the bottom left or hit your Windows key on your keyboard. If you're using an Apple keyboard, I have no idea what button you press. Sorry. You can search for stuff in here, so type in terminal and hit enter. I know the command line can be intimidating at first, but trust me, we only have to do a few small things, and I have faith you can do it. You got this. You will want to use this whole line I'm typing here, so you may want to pause to read and type it out. This long string of stuff is actually 3 commands in one. This way makes the process faster and easier. Each command is separated by the double ampersand symbols. The first command adds a software repository which will unlock newer graphics drivers. I won't cover package managers in this video, but they're super handy. The second command installs the newer graphics drivers and other stuff we need to play Overwatch. These packages are often useful for other games too. The third command updates everything else on your computer. Hey, Windows Update, can you update Firefox for me, please? Oh. When it's all typed out, hit Enter. Then type in your user password and hit Enter again. This is a security precaution. The first command will ask if you're sure, just hit Enter to proceed. This adds the repository and checks for new software options. The second command will show a massive list of stuff it wants to download and install. Just hit Enter to continue. The capital Y means yes by default when you hit Enter. Ah, Ubuntu says there's updates, but I'm already handling that, so I'll have it remind me later. Now to surf while this does its thing. The third command looks like the second one, except this updates everything else we have installed. Just hit Enter and surf the interbuts. After the third command, we just need to edit a file and run a command. This command uses nano to edit the grub configuration. Adding this line to the file will tell Ubuntu to use a different driver for our AMD graphics card than it's using now. Type the text in before the quotation mark. Be sure to type it exactly as you see it here, then press Ctrl and X to exit. Then press Y and hit Enter twice to save the changes. To apply these changes, type the command you see on the screen and hit Enter. Once it's done, just reboot, then stage 3. See, I knew you could do it. Now a tool called Lutris is needed. Search for Lutris Download to find the link faster. On the Downloads page, click on OpenSUSE Build Servers. Click Cancel on the pop-up, click on Ubuntu, then click the link that talks about binary packages. Then click on the button for Ubuntu 18.04 and hit Save. Click on the downloaded Lutris package, and in the new window, click Install. Then type in your user password. Then we search for and run Lutris. Right-click on Lutris to add it to Favorites, which will put it on the sidebar. Now search for Overwatch on Lutris' website, then click on the Install button. Click Open Link to pass the install script to Lutris. Use the defaults for the install process. Click Install on each MonoGecko pop-up you get. It may come up multiple times, so keep clicking Install each time. Select the language you want and use the default install location. When it asks you to log in, do not log in and just close it. When this is done, close Lutris and reopen it. Due to a bug, Overwatch won't show up until you reopen Lutris. Right-click on Overwatch and click Configure, as we need to change a few things. Select Advanced Options in the bottom left, go to the Runner Options tab, select Enable DXVK, and set the version to 0.63. Go to the System Options tab, scroll down to Environment Variables, on the line PBA Disable, double-click on the 0 and replace it with a 1, then hit Enter. You may want to come back to the DXVK HUD line later to change performance overlay options. Then hit Save and run Overwatch. Log in to Battle.net with an account that has Overwatch. Do a better job than me finding Overwatch and hit Install. Now go make a sandwich, a really big one. For this demo rig, I'm setting low graphics for everything. Now your Overwatch is set up. Oh yeah! But there's an elephant in the room, which is solved by just playing the game. Due to how Overwatch handles shaders, it creates a cache of shaders custom to your computer. There's a bunch for each map, hero, and different skins, but each shader only needs to be cached once. The elephant is that Overwatch will be choppy as the shader cache is created. This includes when encountering new heroes, skins, or maps, but the cache is generated just by playing the game. The initial process is a bit of a pain, but it's worth it. The smooth footage at the beginning of this video is what it's like when the cache is filled up. I recommend you break it down into 2 phases. Phase 1, use the practice range and select each hero one by one. For each hero, run around the map using your abilities, including your ultimates, until you've gone through all abilities and heroes. Phase 2, spectate public games with lots of players on each of the maps. Switch to first-person perspective on each hero. This is a convenient, fast way to fill the shader cache.
Oh, let's break it down!
That's it. Now you're ready to play Overwatch on Linux to your heart's content. Please comment below with your feedback, like or dislike as you prefer, and subscribe if you want to see more. Remember, this is a pilot episode, so I'm going to take your feedback and decide what to do next. Thanks for watching. Later, nerds.
Oh, let's break it down! Experience tranquility.
Meteor strike! Oh, let's break it! Damn!
Armor here!
Experience tranquility.
Meteor strike! Oh, let's break it! Damn! Meteor strike!
Огонь по готовности!
I've got you in my sights.
Pass into the iris.
Moving the field, and nothing right. Everyone, heal up.
Огонь по готовности!
Meteor strike!
60 seconds remaining.
Fire